In this video, we'll be forecasting sales and planning supply to make sure that we have enough product in stock. First, we go to the sales area of the platform and choose Forecast located under the Sales Forecast application. Here we can see past sales orders. As you can see, there's a lot of information on this page. If I double-click on the F11 product code, which is the product code for dark chocolate in this case, it brings it into the filter. If I then refresh, we now only see the F11 product information. Note that the current date is the 13th of April 2020. The green cells represent past orders, and the first editable sale is week 16 of 2020, which is where we need to make a forecast. The current screen shows information on a product level. If you want to see things on the customer level, you can expand here on the left and it shows sales information for each of the customers that we have that buy the F11 product. To visualize things, we can bring up a monitor. The monitor shows sales for the highlighted selection. Outperform Planning has a forecast engine which will forecast future sales based on historical sales. We can go year by year, so let's try to forecast for the next year for all foods including F11. We can right-click and select Calculate Forecast. You can see the red line shows us the forecast is more or less in line with the previous years. We will go ahead and forecast the next year after that, which is based on the previous years. We can select multiple rows, and as you can see, it looks pretty similar to the previous years. I'm happy with the forecast, so I save my changes, and once these changes are saved, I want to hand the sales plan conclusion over to operations. I do that by clicking on the Publish Demand Plan icon. This hands it over to operations, who then have to ensure that there's enough stock in the warehouse to serve our customers. Now that we published our demand, Outperform Planning has a supply calculation engine that uses this published demand to create a supply plan. We go to the workbench to see the result, which also allows us to interact with the plan. There are various monitors in the workbench, and in this demo we'll use the inventory balance monitor to visualize the plan. Here you see the plan for the next few weeks. The gray bars shown in the monitor represent the inventory, which you see sawtoothing above the red line, which is the target inventory. The blue bars represent demand eating up the inventory, and the green bars represent the supply, which is increasing the inventory. Over here you see the next 3 days, where you will notice that the inventory is colored in yellow. This is because we're below our safety target and therefore at risk of losing sales, so we want to draw attention to it. The monitor shows the same data from the report below. If you look here, you can see the inventory projected across the supply horizon. The rows in blue represent the demand and the green rows represent supply. Firm supplies are shown in darker green, and we can see that on the 15th of April we have a production that is scheduled. This production is increasing the inventory just in time so that we can make sure we are able to meet our demand. We can also see here that a tool for this production is needing some other products in order to make it. The workbench shows the plan for each warehouse and product, so let's take a look at this P11 and its plan. We change the filter by double-clicking the warehouse code to bring up the Dallas warehouse and then changing the product code up here to 011. Now we'll see the F11 chocolate bars and P11, which is the product code for the packaging labels used for these chocolate bars. You'll notice that we're short in the first couple of days. We have a new proposed supply for tomorrow, the 14th of April, which is shown in light green. This comes in and supplies the production for the next day, as the P11 labels are used in the production of the F11 chocolate bars. Now to put this plan into execution, we consolidate. Once the plans have been consolidated, we go to the Consolidated Report tab where you see the consolidated plan. Here you can find the purchase, production, and transport plans. Let's get straight into exporting the supply proposals for the consolidated plan. Starting off with the purchases, we click the Purchase Order Export button. Here we see the P11 chocolate bar labels, which we have 55,000 of that we want to get going right away so they can arrive tomorrow. We can remove the filter so we can see all the other purchases that need to happen. You can see that there's a lot that needs to get ordered today in order to arrive tomorrow. Let's select these for export and then go to production. In production, there isn't anything that needs to be done today, but it will need to happen. These have an order date for tomorrow, so we get those out. Finally, for transport, we select these two and then we save, which will then export all of the orders into execution. Thank you for watching this Outperform video tutorial on exporting. See you next time.